Whew. All right. Oh man. Hey, it's been a minute. So, welcome back to the channel. Appreciate you guys stopping in. Yeah, I felt like creating this morning, so got up. Was in the mood to get my camera going. Grab my coffee, which the cup matches the scene, which I didn't plan, so I took it as a sign. I'm bumming it this morning though, for real. I have my nice military boot camp issued sweatshirt from 06 when I was in the Navy. This thing, if this sweater could talk, it'd have a lot to say. It's been with me literally since I've gotten it. And, you know, we all have one of those pieces of cloth that we just never want to let go. No matter how big or small we get, we gain weight, we lose weight, there's always that one piece of cloth where you're just like, I'm never letting that go. It's like my comfort zone. This is my comfort zone. When I'm doing nothing, I have this on. When I'm running quick errands, I have this on. Shoot, when I'm asleep, I have this on. So this morning, I have this on. Okay. So in my last video, we took a look at ND filters, how they can improve video quality, make your videos look a little bit more cinematic, give or take, and just the overall importance of having an ND filter and using it before not having an ND filter, right? So this video's gonna be about ND filters again, but this time we're gonna focus on brands. Well, the companies that make ND filters. Now, my personal opinion, I have a set of ND filters from Polar and a set of ND filters from Freewell. There are other companies that make ND filters, but I feel like between Polar and Freewell, you can't go wrong. I think they make really good filters and overall great camera gear in general. So when it comes to these two companies and their filters, I wanted to do a comparison video. Now, starting off, first and foremost, this is not sponsored by either of these companies. I wish, but it's not. I purchased these products with my own money at some point in time in my life. I did not buy all these at the same time, and once we dive into the specifics and the pricing and all that good stuff, you'll understand why. But just to let you know, and well, if I'm being totally 100, I bought one set and I was gifted the other, so I kind of finessed my way into the better set. Whatever. It's Christmas. Take advantage, people. Take advantage. Okay, so let's start with pricing. Polar Pro's Peter McKinnon Edition 2 VND. That's a lot. Has or comes in at a price of $249. Now this is just for a single VND. Whether it's a 2 to 5 or a 6 to 9 stop, that's the price for a single VND. Now, if you're balling or you got a little change in your pocket, you can get the set. So you'll get the 2 to 5 stop or the 6 to 9 stop. And this is around, I think it's like $449. I'll check the website or I'll put it up there for you guys to see. A bit pricey for some of us normal folk. I mean, I don't know about y'all, but not everybody out there can just throw down $500 or even $200 for a filter. That's Polar Pro. Freewell, on the other hand, we gonna like Freewell when it comes to pricing. So for a single VND, Freewell only charges $109. Now for the set, a 2 to 5 stop and the 6 to 9 stop, you can get that for $219, which is fabulous. I don't think you can beat that as far as pricing is concerned. Very generous, very nice, very doable. Okay, so let's talk about casing for each of these filters. Polar Pro has some really nice sturdy cases. On the front of the case you have a really hard plastic, and on the back of the case you screw it off. That side is also protected by a very hard plastic material. Now I think what makes these cases unique is the front, or the front sides of the casing, is this plastic rubbery material. I think it's rubber, and it allows you to fit the case over the ND filter. So if you just want to put it on your camera and not use it, you can slap it on. You don't necessarily have to take the filter off and encase it in something. It can stay on your camera when you're ready to shoot. Just take off the front and you're good to go. Now what I also want to point out is how sealed these cases are. These cases are sealed really well. I just, for experimental purposes, threw one in the water and wanted to see how sealed it was. And to my surprise, it was dry. Drier than a Popeye's biscuit. No water in it whatsoever. Freewell's filters come in this box-shaped case. On the front, it's clear. On the back, a lot thicker, not clear. What's unique or different about these cases is it's actually magnetized. You have the two front corners that have magnets that close and open. There's no latch or nothing secure to make sure that that doesn't open. So I'm without a doubt sure, because I've done it before. If you drop this case, those magnets will lose their integrity. They're fairly strong, but they're not super magnets. They're not going to, hold up if you happen to accidentally drop the casing, or I don't know, even if you yank the case too hard, they're gonna come open. So coming out of the case, the back side, the threaded side, is exposed, and the front has a hard casing. But what's unique about this casing is it's actually magnetized as well. So I think this is very convenient for the fact that you can just take it off and throw it back on, and you don't have to worry about it. A lot more secure than the case, but at the same time it is magnetized, so I don't know how it's gonna hold up. But at this point, the filter's on your lens, so if you're dropping that, well, not necessarily. You can drop the filter, and I think I would put money on it being able to stay on that filter. But again, the back side of the filter is exposed. There's nothing protecting the back. And I can tell you that these cases are not sealed like the Polar Pro cases. I just simply blew my hot breath into the case and I could see it fogging up. So be mindful to not drop these in anything or get them wet, because you might damage them. So looking at the two filters and the pricing with the casing, I think you got some interesting options, because Freewell is obviously the cheaper price, but I think their filters are far more susceptible to getting damaged just based on the casing and how they are protected. Whereas Polar Pro, the more expensive option, but definitely a lot better casing, more secure. I would feel a lot better having a Polar Pro case than I would a Freewell case, but I don't know, who wants to pay that price? So next thing we're gonna get into is the look. Polar Pro filters definitely have a darker, colder look to them, whereas Freewell filters are a lot more warmer and not as dark as the Polar Pro filters for sure. I did these two comparisons just for you guys to see the difference. It's kind of hard to see, but not really if you're paying close attention. Now, me personally, I prefer the darker look. Doing a talking head like this, I don't have a filter on because it'll appear way too dark. But if I'm outside, out doing whatever, vlogging, I typically will grab my Polar Pro filters before my Freewell filters. And that's just because I like the tone to be a little darker. Now you got to keep in mind when you have filters that are on the darker side of their look, when you get in shaded areas or maybe when you get in a car, it might throw you off a little bit because it's not as dark as you think, but when you look in camera, you can't see anything. So you got to be mindful of that. Whereas with my Freewell filters, I don't have that issue at all. So that's it for this video. Told you guys in the beginning, nothing special, nothing complicated, pretty simple. So let me know in the comments if you have a Polar Pro filter or a Freewell filter or a filter from a different company. What you like, what you don't like about it, throw it down in the comments. Like and subscribe. I hope you guys enjoy the rest of the holiday season. Stay warm. I'll see you guys on the next one. Peace.